Someone asked me, what are the best places, cities, states for immigrants coming into Australia to move to? Now, I'm going to start by saying this video is just my own personal experience and views. It does not mean you should take everything. Well, take some things, sha. I don't know if you know what I mean. Do your research and don't forget that everybody's taste is different, everybody's drive in life is different. So definitely look for what works for you. But this video, I'm going to be talking about the places I think I see myself being able to live and places that you should avoid, because if I can't see myself living there, I don't think I can advise you living there. So these places I'm going to be talking about probably are affordable for immigrants, especially immigrants just coming in. It is very important for you to stay in somewhere you can afford before, of course, if once your income increases, you can increase your lifestyle if you want. But yeah, definitely affordability, safe, because of course we want to stay safe, and also the proximity to healthcare, job opportunities. Job opportunity is very important. So yeah, let's get right into it. The first thing I want to say is that when it comes to location, it boils down to, did you get a job first before coming? Of course, if you get a job before coming into Australia, you have to go to where your job is. Logically, that's what it means. So yeah, if you have a visa that is a regional visa, of course you have to go to that regional area where your visa is tied to. Okay, so in all this, it depends on how you're coming in, if you got a job and all that. But if you have multiple offers, so if you're on a 189 visa that doesn't tie you to a particular location, or is not tied to an employer, or just you're as free as the bed, definitely I'll list some places for you. First of all, Australia has 6 states and 2 territories, if I can remember. But yeah, but I'll tell you that the main ones that immigrants are able to live, strive, and enjoy living in are Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane. Sometimes you can add Perth, sometimes you can add Adelaide, but these two are not really the main ones immigrants go to and are happy. But the three main ones, definitely Sydney, Melbourne, and Brisbane. So these are cities, okay? These are cities in different states. The, Sydney is in New South Wales, Melbourne is in Victoria, and Brisbane is in Queensland, okay? And these cities, as you can imagine, they are very expensive. They are like London, they are like Abuja, they are like Lagos, so they are very expensive. But I'll tell you one thing, even though they are expensive, they have good job opportunities, especially if you are in healthcare, IT, if you're in communications, engineering, or like jobs that require you to be in a place where there are more people, like more population. You will strive in these three cities more than any other place. And of course, it has its own disadvantage, which is expensive. Some people find it overcrowded, and some people just don't like the city vibes. Okay, so you have to take all these things into consideration when choosing where or any of these three to go to. I want to give a big shout out to today's sponsor. This video is proudly sponsored by EMGS. You already know about EMGS. EMGS is here to provide you with services such as IELTS preparation, NCLEX preparation, OSCE for the UK process preparation. Literally, they are here to help you get into your dream jobs. They are here to assist with your CV, everything that has to do with nursing. They're here to assist you, especially the OSCE preparation. If you know about them, you know that their center for OSCE preparation in the UK, it's really, really, really good. And lots of people have used them to pass their IELTS, they've used them to pass their NCLEX, they've used them to pass their OSCE for the UK process. So if you are in the process, or you just need an extra bit of information or support during this whole process, kindly reach out to them. I'm going to leave all their contact details on the screen so you can use them for that. And I also want to mention that they do have assistance with loan services. So if you're in the process and you need someone to help with funds, please reach out to them. For that, they can assist you. Of course, terms and conditions apply. Yes, I found out that out of Sydney, Melbourne, and Brisbane, Melbourne is cheaper than all these three. And for the weather, you have to consider that most people move for weather. Sydney can be very warm, but it rains a lot, it floods. This last 2 3 months, the flood in Sydney, we just go online and check. But it's not everywhere. It's some particular areas that does have this occasional flooding. Melbourne weather might not be as great as Sydney, but it does have its own time. It rains, it's cold, They always say it has 4 seasons in one day, so you can experience rain, cold, and heat and everything in just one day. You don't even know whether you're in summer or in winter. But during summer, it's really, really hot, hot, hot. So on the other hand, in Brisbane, the weather is always hot, extremely hot. Like sometimes it's unbearable, okay? And during winter, Brisbane weather is sweet, but in the night, it's extremely cold in Brisbane. I will tell you, in the night, especially if you live in these old houses that are not properly insulated. It's very cold in the night in Brisbane. During winter, okay, during summer it's still fine. I don't think, I personally, my experience, it wasn't cold in the night in summer. During winter, yeah, it was cold in the night, but during the day I can go out with my shorts and singlets in winter, oh, but during the night, nah. Okay, so weather-wise, you have to look at which one is preferable for you. I think overall for weather, I prefer Sydney's weather. It is the best out of these three. But the cost of living, I feel like Brisbane and Sydney, they are competing when it comes to the cost of living. I'm talking rent, of course, that's the most important thing. I'm talking buying a for house, that's another important thing. Food-wise, it depends on what you eat and depends on like how you buy your things, but generally cost of living it's expensive in both Brisbane and Sydney. But I mentioned top cities, but the thing is, if you still want to live in any of these three cities close, make sure you move a little bit outside of the CBD. Like 40 minutes outside is fine, 30 minutes is sweet, 50 minutes is okay, 1 hour to CBD is still okay, because one, you can get the best of both worlds. You can get a job inside the CBD while you live 1 hour away. 1 hour can be a stretch, but at least 40 minutes, 30 minutes is perfect, okay? And you get a cheaper rent or house outside the city. So you're living in a more affordable location while still getting the perks of living in a busy city. Especially if you're someone like me who does agency shifts, I cannot live in a city that is not busy, because then I cannot get agency shifts. I don't know how it is other place, but anytime I go for contracts in remote or regional areas, they don't have agency nurses, they have travel nurses that they book for an extended period of time, okay? So it will be hard to have this 1 day agency shift in those areas. But here in the city, I get agency shifts every day. Like every day, if I want to work, I will always get shifts. So I would say, yeah, even though you don't want to stay in the city, if you're someone that loves picking up agency shifts, you still want to live very close where you can drive commutable distance. I mean, to work. Okay, so yeah, that's another thing you have to consider. But now let's go over to the big regional towns. So aside these three, Sydney, Brisbane, and Melbourne, there are still some very, very good regional areas. Some of them I have been, some of them I know friends that are there and they are loving it. Okay, but definitely do your research before you move to any of them. The first one, let me start with New South Wales. In New South Wales, we have the next big city, Newcastle. I think it's the next big city after Sydney. Now, Newcastle is good. They've got opportunities, like houses are a little bit more affordable than Sydney. Lifestyle is okay, and I feel like, yeah, it's good. I haven't been to Newcastle, but I have a friend that is there and she loves it so much. Another place is Orange. Orange, I haven't been there as well, but people say it's nice. They said it's cold. It can snow. So if you don't like cold, definitely avoid Orange. But they said it's a big, big regional place. You have most things, healthcare accessible and all that, close to your education. So yeah, definitely check that out. Wagga Wagga is also a big regional place. You can live there. Also check the distance between these places and Sydney. Like commutable, like because if you go to this regional place, you have to fly first to Sydney and then from Sydney outside, which might take a while. So just consider all those things as well. Durbo as well. People have said nice things about Durbo. Another one that I have been to for vacation is Bathurst. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it very well, but it's Bathurst. So that is the spelling of Bathurst. I went there for vacation. It is like 2 hours plus from Sydney, and it's nice. Okay, they have like big regional center, like everything within reach. But make sure, even if you go to the regional areas, make sure you stay very close to their CBD, because every regional place has their own CBD. So make sure you're as close to the CBD so that at least you can still get accessible shopping centers, all those things. So yeah. Another place is Goulburn. I haven't been to Goulburn, but I have read loads of nice things about Goulburn. Albury as well. I haven't been, but I'm gonna go there next week. So by the time I finish editing this, I might already be back, or I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to Albury for a contract soon. But yeah, these are the few ones in New South Wales. If you live in New South Wales in any of the regional area and you think it's an affordable place, please let people know under the comment section so everybody can benefit. Let's go to Victoria. For regional Victoria, there are places like Ballarat, Bendigo, Geelong, Shepparton. I have been to Shepparton for work. So yeah, Shepparton is very nice as well. I think Shepparton is like 3 to 4 hours drive from Melbourne CBD. So it's okay. It's a regional place. It's not bad. When I went there, it was like nice. Those are the ones high on my list for regional Victoria. Let's go to Queensland. You guys know I've been to Queensland 3 times. For Queensland, I would say the first on my list is Rockhampton. You guys, pay me, I'll move to Rockhampton. Just kidding. But yeah, Rockhampton is, guys, like Queensland. There's just, I don't know. It's just good. Okay, so yeah, definitely Rockhampton in regional Queensland. There's Mackay. Guys, if you love beach and swimming, just go to Mackay. Okay, so yeah, Rockhampton, Mackay, Kent, Toowoomba, Bundaberg. I feel like I live in Queensland. With Sunday, if you ever get a job in With Sunday, guys, go for it. It feels like you'll be on holiday every day. But yeah, these are the top on my list when it comes to Queensland. Let's go to Tasmania. For Tasmania, I am not really an advocate for Tasmania. I don't know, because I find it really cold and grey and raining and all of it. Every time I go there, it's like that. Yeah, and it's too hilly. Like anytime I go there, even if it's just 5 minutes walk, the hills. God. But anyway, if you have to go, generally Tasmania is considered a regional area. Okay, I've been to Burnie. I loved it, except the complaint I have, right? So yeah, I definitely recommend Burnie, Launceston, Hobart. Of course, Hobart is the city, so it might be more expensive, but if you go out of it, it should be fine. And but yeah, also Devonport in Tasmania. The Devonport, loved it. Okay, so the next on my list, let's go over to Perth. I haven't been to Perth. I've always asked my agency to take me to Perth, but I haven't gotten any contract, so I've never been to Perth. But Perth is still like high on my list, so but I have like some friends I've met. They said Bunbury, Geraldton, Albany. So yeah, definitely check those ones out. But regional, let's go to regional South Australia. I haven't been to South Australia at all, but I've heard good things about Mount Gambier. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it very well. Port Lincoln. Yeah, definitely look at those two. There's not much information about South Australia from my friends and people I know that live there, but I know those two. And of course, Adelaide, which is the city, the main capital. Okay, let's go over to ACT. ACT, generally, I found out that it's expensive. I haven't been, but I'm going there for my passport renewal, so I might have a different view. But I know it's very cold as well, and it's expensive because it's like the Abuja of Nigeria, like where all the government officials are. I heard that it's very expensive, but the city is small, so it shouldn't be too bad. But I'm not sure where to advise people to go when it comes to Canberra, because I really don't know much about Canberra. But for the Northern Territory, if I'm being honest with you guys, I would not advise anyone to live there, even if you want to go to Darwin and stay in the main capital. For me, Northern Territory will always be a no. I haven't been, so I might be biased with my opinion, but everyone is allowed to have an opinion. I will never advise anyone to go to Northern Territory. One, it's weather they're extremely hot. They don't have any winter, so it's never cold. They do have like really loads of information coming about like safety, especially if you go to the regional areas of the Northern Territory, especially the Alice Spring. I will tell you a story. I actually want to go to Alice Spring for a travel contract, maybe a few weeks, just for that experience. You know, sometimes it's good to experience it. Everything on the internet might be wrong, don't get me wrong, but everybody's experience cannot be lies. Okay, I did meet a travel nurse when I was in Queensland, and I spoke to her. She was like, oh, she's been to Northern Territory, she will never go back there. And I mean, before this conversation, I have read loads of about there. She actually went to Alice Spring. She showed me the accommodation they put her in. Jesus Christ, it was not something you would ever wish anybody to live in. I mean, grants, there might not be another option because it's a very, very remote place she went to in Alice Spring, and that was the only place she could get. And you know, because travel nursing, the hospital arranges it, and yeah, that was where she put her. You need to see the room. It was tiny, like very tiny. The bed, the cooking place. In fact, there was no toilet. I'm not even exaggerating. She showed me a picture. I almost wept. I was like, if I was sent to this kind of place, I would leave immediately. So she has to go outside to use the bathroom. Like it was literally a dungeon, like a village. I'm not even any words here. I'm saying it exactly as I saw it. And I asked her, why didn't you ask? But she said, yeah, the place, there's no other place. So literally there was no hotel around. You know, there are some places you go to in Australia, there's no hotel, there's only Airbnb, and it might be full, maybe only one, or like there's nothing at all. There's no option. You have to live there or you leave. And some people can compromise, but yeah. So she lived there, and let me tell you, she was robbed in her home. Like they came into her home to rob her in that place. So you can even imagine, like, for them to come to somewhere that is in a hospital or a health center where they know whoever is there is a nurse or a doctor that is here to help the community. They robbed, and where the town is, it's a town where everybody knows themselves. So if you are new there, they know you are new. You know, that kind of bubble. So they definitely knew that that is where nurses or doctors stay whenever they come for contract. They broke in, they robbed her, and they couldn't do anything because if you know the history of Alice Spring, you know what I'm talking about. I don't want to make this video anything about them, but yeah. And like I said, everybody's experience might be different. You might go there, you will love it, but I cannot hear all these things and see people's experience and come and tell you, oh no, it's a lie, go there, it's good. No, I will tell you what people have said, but I personally feel I would love to go there just to have that experience and say, okay, yes, this is what I also experienced. But I've read lots of things. Darwin might be good because it's the capital, but I still will not prefer to live in Northern Territory. But yeah, if you want to go, do your research. But mostly I've heard good things about Catherine. Catherine is also nice. People who go there, especially travelers I've met, they say, oh, the beaches, there are lots of things to do and all that. But I feel like generally Northern Territory as a whole is not where I would want to live permanently. I can go there for contracts, but to live, I don't think there's a lot of opportunities except you are into construction, mines, and like trading and all that. You might love it in Northern Territory. But anyways, guys, this video is already too long. These are the places I would recommend, of course, and not recommend if you are looking at moving to Australia. Let me know which of them is on your list to live. For me, I'm still like a city person, 30 minutes out of the city, 40 minutes out of the main city, the most 50 minutes. Okay, I feel like that is my sweet spot, not too expensive and still not far from where I need to get to if I need to be picking up my shift, and just like where civilization is, because oh, you show me it's a lot in Australia. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and of course let me know your thoughts in this video, and I'll see you guys later.